Hello, I am Michael Torn. I'm an administrator with the Washington Fire Department. I am here today to address the train derailment of January 12th. At approximately 10 a.m. local time, a train traveling adjacent the Washington River derailed off the tracks, causing damage to several cars containing sodium hydroxide while seated atop a hill. These cars were damaged to the point that their material was leaking and running into the surrounding community. This leak posed an immediate threat to surrounding homes and businesses, including a local nursing home. Directly downgrade from this incident was a nursing home and business which is known to our department. This nursing home has experienced heavy flooding due to runoff from the hill in the past. There are currently 120 residents at the home, many of whom are non-ambulatory or bedbound. After the initial size-up, our first engine on scene assessed that the nursing home presented with immediate threat to life and property and was flagged as a top priority. Thanks to the professional and quick actions of this engine crew, the residents of the nursing home and surrounding homes were all evacuated without incident. These firefighters saved dozens, if not more, lives that day. Unfortunately, during the life-saving efforts, some of the material was diverted into the river and resulted in the loss of marine life. An issue regarding our staffing of fire crew has been raised in response to this incident, which I want to address today. Currently, we run 2 firefighters per fire engine, which is 50% of the recommended standard as it pertains to NFPA 1710. This is a long-known issue with both the union and I, which I consider a top priority. NFPA 1710 recommends 4 firefighters to each apparatus as it allows for what is called the 2-in, 2-out rule. This allows half the crew to conduct firefighter operations, while the other half is available to rescue or relieve them. This is extensively researched as being the best way to keep the community and crew members safe. I apply to a federal grant yearly primarily to restore our department budget to the point we can fund these additional firefighters. I have not been able to procure this grant, nor has the local government been able to find the funding for this increase. I continue to advocate for this increase in manpower and will continue to do so. Another issue that has been raised is our department's hazardous materials incident response capacity and training. I assure you that our crews are in compliance with federal and state law in hazmat response, which is trained to the awareness level. This means that they are trained to recognize the seriousness of the incident and provide immediate life-saving measures only. Again, this is a funding issue, which I personally have been consistently addressing the last few years as administrator. If it were up to me, we would have a 20-plus person dedicated hazmat response unit operating 24/7. The unit would be all trained to the highest level of technician and be able to simultaneously deal with hazards to life, property, and environment. However, this has been deemed too expensive given the frequency of these events. At this time, the state and local governments have decided it is not financially responsible to fund. Again, I will continue to apply for the appropriate federal grants every year. A concerned and informed citizen has correctly reported that to our media that our crews conducted their life-saving efforts in the hot zone, or the zone deemed a threat to their immediate life and safety, without the OSHA HAZWOPER training. The OSHA HAZWOPER training is an important certification for industry professionals that I would love our crews to receive, but it is not mandated by law, as this person has implied. Again, it is a useful skill to have in all sorts of situations, but like everything else, it comes with a price tag. Regardless of the recognizable threat our crews assessed, they still did a primary job of life preservation at personal risk, which is our job. All crew members and residents have been medically evaluated, and I am happy to report no injuries, illness, or death. Everything the fire department does, including every penny that is spent, is approved by local officials and part of public record. I encourage anyone who is interested to check and even reach out to my office if they have further questions. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.